Hello everyone, this is Zeke777 and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. Today we are starting off at Spawn, which has been sort of getting transformed a little bit into a shopping district. So there's some stuff I need and I've got some diamonds that are burning a hole in my pocket, so let's go ahead and see what's for sale. The first thing I want to get is over here in Zachras's shop. He's been doing some stuff in the end, and specifically Sulker Shell, 16 shulker shells, it's hard to say, for 1 diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, please. Oh, and let's put you back. There we go. Because that one's marked. Oh, it's marked so it shows up on the front. Got it. Okay. I don't need any moss. I got plenty of that. We'll take some spore blossoms as well. Very cheap prices here. Shroom lights, I can get those pretty easily, I think. Slime, I tend to always need slime, so we'll grab one of those as well. Skulk stuff, I don't need much of that at the moment. Free backpack, 1 per customer, limited stock. Yes, please. Cool, and that'll be our shopping bag. Other shops that have popped up so far is we have some wood over here. I saw a sign saying that the demon shop is now open as well on the 2nd floor. I'm guessing it's over here. And up here, yes, occultism. Anything? Can't open you. Okay. Welcome to the demon shop. Soul gem, 5 diamonds. Yes. But where? Oh, right there. Soul gem, 5 diamonds each. We shall do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I always need 2 at a time, so we'll take 1 and 2. Perfect. And is there anything else I need around here? Next stop on our shopping trip here is the Dragon's Horde, which is a really cool dragon. I like that. I saw a few things in here that I definitely want. Most importantly, of course, is assorted of music discs. I'm going to grab Pig Step. I already have an other side, and I don't think I need the rest of these. Cat's kind of nice, too. We'll take Cat. 1 diamond for 2 discs. Okay. Perfect. And let's see. Heartless Sea. I don't really need any of those yet. Swift Sneak and Soul Speed. I don't want to put this on my current stuff here because this is only tier 2. I'd like to upgrade before I do that. Swift Sneak 3 for 6 diamonds. I am going to buy one though just to make sure that I have one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Soul Speed. I can go without that one. Elytra. Yeah, I should probably do this. Let's go ahead. Grab a quarter stack there. And bought ourselves an Elytra. Cool, we can fly now a little bit more controlled. We will go to the end eventually. I don't really have anything I need there, besides, of course, the Elytra, which isn't even enchanted yet, so we're going to have to do that too. Totems of Undying. I'm not going to use this for Undying, but I do need that for the tier 3 book. You know, we'll do an actual raid instead of buying that. And at the pirate ship here, there is something that I want to buy, which is some wither skulls. I don't currently have a way of getting these very well yet, so I'm going to buy some of those. It's 7 diamonds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put you in there, and we'll put it right in the middle. Perfect. Yeah. 1 set should be fine. That'll get us our tier 3 book when we get to it. We might buy some more later. Is there anything else over here? I think this is for buying allays. Allay plus lead plus 64 diamonds. 64 amethyst, sorry. I already have some of those, and I've got a couple that I can already reproduce, so I don't need any more of those. I think that is about it for our trip today. Well, I think we've got everything we need, and it is time for us to be able to go home, and I'm pretty sure we don't actually have Curious Elytra, which is unfortunate. So we'll just put it here for now. We'll probably turn that into a glide glyph now that I think about it, but let's go head home. And now we can fly nicely. Whee! And as our base loads in below us here, we can start work on what we're actually going to be working on today. So here at home, we have 3 notable new things that are in front of us. And we're not going to be working on any of them, but I'll at least tell you what they are. Big structure here, this shall be our Grand Library, the Royal Library. I haven't decided a name. Is this a kingdom? I don't know. If it's a kingdom, then it can be royal. But we'll see. This right here is going to be just a small little place, mostly aesthetic. It's going to be kind of a like a tavern and inn. So you arrive through the front gate here and you've got a place you can get some refreshments because it is a desert. It is also going to serve as my smelting area. So this kind of tower here, it'll be kind of designed as the, the bakery, the furnace, the ovens, that's the word, for the actual restaurant here, but it'll also be my smelting setup. And behind it here is kind of the focus, but not really for today. This will eventually be a marketplace. Not like a shop like the player market, but it's going to be mostly decorative again. Lots of random market stalls and maybe some wagons or something. That's why I have the entrance to it be this ramp here that they can come in and out of. I might redo this into the mud brick. I haven't decided yet. For now, it's just sort of the shape. That's the plan for this area. Now, I said it's only sort of the focus. So the idea is we're going to have an industrial district off to the side over here, the northeast. And over here is going to be where we will have things like our sand generator, which is currently outside. Sandstone. Anything else that needs to be automatically produced will be mostly over in this area. And the idea is I'll have starbunkles that will then bring them from the actual place where they're producing it over here to be, quote, sold. It's not really being sold because I'm just, stealing it from them. But it's going to be brought over here, so I have one central place as sort of a deep storage, I guess, or like silo storage. Lots of storage, bulk storage for all the things I'm going to use a lot of throughout the building process, which is currently mostly dirt and sand. So that is kind of the plan. Well, since we don't have the Curious Elytra add-on here, oh, you know what? This is a tier 3. Never mind, I was about to turn this into the glyph, however, I can't actually use that yet. So for now, you're going to just sit here, that works, and we're just going to be sad. One mod I have been excited to add that we finally got here, you can sit back down please, is Magnum Torch. These are basically, it's a torch that will prevent mob spawns in a huge area, as it says on the tin. What am I missing? Fire charge, yes. These guys here, I should have made more than that. These are basically, I can spam them around the area here, fairly far apart. I think it said it's a 32 radius, 32 radius sphere, or ellipsoid, whatever. So basically I can use just a few and it'll cover my entire base, and that means I don't have to worry about this light spam everywhere. It's worked for now, but I would like to be able to do some more decorative lighting instead of just kind of spamming it everywhere. So let's get 12 of these. That was 48 diamonds to do that, so that's kind of expensive, but it should be hopefully quite useful. Now, what I've done before is I've just kind of buried them underground, and I don't think I want to do that this time. Because it's kind of a pain to find them again. At one point they had stopped working. We were using Torchmaster instead, but basically the same thing. I'm going to try to space these out fairly well. I don't suppose I have any sort of measuring tape. Nope. Okay. So I can't really measure them out specifically, which would have been really handy. But this should work. So you can go right there. It's 32 block radius, so it's probably, I could probably be more efficient than that. So that torch right there can reach till 1452, if my math is correct, or sorry, 1450, which is right here. So this is the edge of his sphere. So if I put it, the next one inside of the tower here, I think that will work. It just won't quite be, it'll have a bit more overlap, which is probably fine because I need to space them out this direction as well, since it is a sphere, not a cube. But we'll just kind of do that. So I've got this one here. The next one, let's see, where are you? You are at 62. That makes it somewhat easy. If I pretend it was 64, then 528 would be the next one. At a 64. So, yeah, we'll do it in here. The insides of these are still hollow and will be for a while. They're not going to be solid. I'm not going to have these be completely solid, but I do want an actual pathway to go through here. So I'll do maybe some interior designing on that later, but not at the moment. Next one can go, let's put it over here. Probably good. And we can go north a bit as well. I want to space them out pretty well. And then when I'm building, I can just kind of break all these extra lights here because I don't want them everywhere. So it should start looking better, but it'll be a bit darker until I get some proper lighting in place. And now that we have those torches everywhere, we can actually take out pretty much all the rest of our lights. Right now it's very dark, but the aim is that we'll be able to have more, not natural light, but light that actually makes sense. So light posts would have light around them. Anywhere where there's not a light post is obviously going to be dark. So, you know, more realistic, I guess. So we've been kind of busy. I have done a lot of work on the terrain. Doesn't really look like it, but we've got two things of note here. This hole over here, it'll eventually be the marketplace. So we're going to be walking from the marketplace over to our next actual build area. Let's eat so we don't starve to death. Okay, so over here, I've got a little bit of a path along this start of a wall. I haven't done the upper level, neither have I done the tower there, this tower, or our new tower right here. Basically, if we go up in the air, we can see the idea is that this is going to be an industrial area right here. Specifically, it's going to be our stone generation, sand generation, and mud, and therefore packed mud and dirt and all that stuff that goes along with it. Outside, so this is going to be a wall along here, another tower right there, which will go that direction for the rest of the wall. Let's go back up into the air, please. And there's some lava there. We'll deal with that. My idea is right here is going to be sort of a quarry type thing, so big hole in the ground with some cranes maybe, if I can figure out how to build those. And then the results from the quarry are going to be brought over here. Well, this is mostly just thematic at this point. Nothing is really going to be moving back and forth between the quarry outside and the inside, but once you're inside here, dirt obviously is going to be going away. That's just kind of a marker. Inside here, we would have the three buildings for dirt, stone, and mud, and sand. Some combination of those. Basically, it'll be like little artisan shops that'll be working on things, and from there, they'll just carry it along the roads over to the marketplace. So, a lot of terraforming. I've kind of flattened the area out that I want to build on. Right over here, will fall off there. This area, I think, will have the actual buildings. I want to have the path go through here. I'm not sure if I need to have the path. I might see about digging this back there as well. I might keep it going up a hill. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to kind of play it and see what happens. I do want a hill behind here still that'll go up to the rest of the city behind it. So sand's going to be going along here, like so. So there's a little bit of a ridge that the road is going to be going up to. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really done much planning on this besides I have a Microsoft Paint picture of big square here, big square there, big square there. And that's the extent of my planning. Since this area of town is meant to be more industrial and, I guess, messy, I think I'm going to avoid using the sandstone as much. I'll still have the wall of the city is still going to be sandstone. That's going to be kind of a theme. But I think what I'm going to do is use more of the mud bricks, the packed mud bricks, and more wood in these builds. They're meant to be more, I can't really think of a better word besides industrial, but we'll see what we can come up with. So I'm going to kind of build it a little bit into the hill here. And for now, I'm just going to start with a big box, because that's a good place to start, I suppose. We'll just go over here where I dug it. So this will be our first one. I think this will just be maybe sand. And I'm going to clear out this whole area in here. In fact, I've got a spell for that. You are a break spell now. Congratulations. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the middle, poof. So there is an 8x8. So if we want to have this make an 8x8, then that'll work. I think we're going to actually go smaller for the actual automation, the turrets and stuff in here that are working. I still want the area to be this big because it needs to be able to be walked around and stuff. But I think apparently we're out of inventory space. Sand can go away. Okay, so for now, this is at least a little outline for where our building is going to be. Let's give ourselves a door. Cool, thank you. And next up, we need to figure out what the actual the mechanics, the automation of this place is going to be. Let's do this back wall as well with packed mud. Perfect. I decided to instead push the front wall back a little bit so I can have a little bit of a yard in the front here. Maybe it'll be sort of like a I don't know, like a display, I guess. So I'll have like some blocks and stuff out here of ta-da, here's what we sell. Maybe, not really sure what I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm making it up as I go. But one block I've found goes well with the mud bricks here, and this is not me being clever, brown mushroom blocks. It's actually very similar color to the mud bricks and the packed mud here. Just a very smooth texture. I kind of like it, so I'm going to go through and kind of rough it up a little bit because all the bricks are sort of too clean of lines, so it's supposed to be industrial and dirty. So let's just kind of break some stuff here, see what we can do, and then fill it in with the mushrooms and the packed mud. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. So ironically, I've run out of the mud bricks and mud while making the house that's supposed to be making me mud. So that's kind of fun. I think we have enough here that I can actually start on maybe building the automation in here though, but at least want to go over a little bit of kind of what I've got built so far. A little bit of a roof on the front, overhang. I do want this open. This is going to be just open here. I like that. I think I will keep the brick there just to kind of keep the asymmetry. It's a little bit symmetric because it's thick on the side end there, but I like it. Flat roof is going to be just across the top there, but I ran out of the archwood slabs, or didn't have enough at least. But like I said, we don't have enough packed mud to finish this, so we should probably figure that out. So long story, I needed some nether quartz in order to make comparators, in order to do proper redstone, and when I was in the nether, I also grabbed some nether gold ore, and I wanted to do a quick test. So in vanilla, you are limited to Fortune 3. Well, we don't have that limitation here, so I'm kind of curious if I have projectile, chaining, break, Fortune 4, chaining will be able to hit, I think it's 16 blocks, so we have Fortune 4. I'm curious how much gold I can get out of this. I'm going to put my other gold ore in here, and let's just see. So we'll pick all these up, and let's see what we got here. That was 16, so if I turn you all into ingots, there we go, we get 14. Cool. So, just to kind of recap here, that was 16 of the nether gold with a Fortune 4 spell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, even then, it is still better to smelt your ore. So, let's see if I have any other recipes. I might be able to use this for other things. Nether gold ore. You are, let's see, if it hit you on you, I can smelt it for 1, or the Crusher Spirit from Occultism, which can get you a whole bunch more than just 2. So if you have the Crusher Spirit, go with that. If you don't, then it looks like you're still better off with just smelting this into ingots instead of trying to get higher fortune, at least with Fortune 4. If I had the ability to get 5, then we could test that one too. Okay, it's a little rough, but I started building, started recording, scrapped the whole thing, tore it out, and I think we've got a system that should actually work now, and should actually be pretty efficient. We have 2 turrets, one down here and one up there. This one down here is going to be what's going to be breaking it. It's going to be the touch chaining break item pickup. What that means is I don't have to center it on whatever it's breaking. It will just connect to additional blocks around it. Up here we have projectile, conjure terrain, AoE 3, which will make a 4x4, so good luck finding the center. Conjure water, which then turns into mud, of course. So basically, I guess I should also go over the circuit here. This comparator is reading this chest. So if it's full, then it's going to output a signal. Into the side here, I just have a strength 15 torch, redstone wire, and comparator into the side. This doesn't have to be a comparator. I guess it could have been a repeater since this is level 15. Either way, I just needed a block that would be able to power this, if that makes sense. And then I also have a lever right here, which is sort of a master shutoff switch. Right now it is off. The lever is off, which means that the system is off, so it's kind of easy to remember. And then that just kind of also overrides whatever this guy's doing, so that even if this is not outputting because this is not full, it will turn off the whole system. I also need one additional circuit, and that is, I don't have a good source of source. So that's a thing. And I want to make sure the system turns off once it is full, because the turret up there that's actually making the mud, it doesn't use that much mana, whereas this guy down here who's breaking it, this one does. Apparently chaining's fairly expensive, I'm not exactly sure why. But Either that, or maybe it's just there's only enough for the top one, the mud, and not to break it, I guess, depending on how full a jar is. So we'll see, but right now this is working. Each hit it will do 16, which is kind of nice for counting. I think I have it set on 10 second. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. I have one redstone torch here, which basically powers the bottom block of mud here once it forms. And since that will then complete the circuit and power the turret here, it'll force that one to automatically cast. I messed around using like observers and stuff like that, and it kept making it double fire, which wasn't very efficient. It was using up a whole lot of source. All that said, this was at 60-something%, and it's now down to 44. Now it's at 39, so it uses, I guess, 5% of a jar each time. Not great, a little expensive, but I think that just means that we need to figure out a proper way to get more of this and distribute it throughout our city. I've also done a little bit of decorating on the building front itself. Out front here, purely aesthetic, of course, is a packed mud block above there and a mud here, to kind of give the illusion that I'm drying out the mud with the campfires here and turning it into packed mud, which of course is not how this is actually made. Packed mud is made, if I hit R, with wheat. So that's actually not going to happen over here because I don't know where my wheat field's going to be. The current wheat fields, which are way over there, those are going to disappear. I'm eventually going to get rid of most of that camp. Make sure there wasn't a... I guess I heard something outside. I thought there was a phantom coming after me. But yeah, I'm happy with this so far. I do need to finish actually building the building because the side here is open and the back is just completely open, but obviously I ran out of mud bricks, so that's sort of a problem. Let's go ahead and fill in this. Some of these, a couple mushroom blocks, why not? Yeah, I'm just going to finish this. So in order to complete this circuit back here, in order to shut this off, basically if I'm low on source, I don't want it to continue, and I want it to automatically start up again. So I think what I'm going to do is right down here, let me grab, I have some blocks in here, I just put them all away, of course. That should be sufficient. Okay, so we're going to put one block right here, and with that one we're going to get ourselves a redstone torch. Let's grab a few of you, and I guess some of you, for some sticks. Okay, and once we get ourselves a redstone torch here, there we go, all that, just get one torch, you go right here. That's going to power the block above here. And the way we're going to power that is basically with a comparator, which I should have another in here. I should have another in there. Right. I thought I used my black backpack for that. Nope, I used my iron one. Okay. So, comparator, and this is going to be reading the actual jar at right here. Perfect. So basically, if there's any signal in here, it's going to be outputting into this, which will turn off our torch. So we could just do that, and then when this is empty, it'll turn this off. Or we can do a little bit more of a design, and I think I want to do that. So I want this to output a signal as long as this is over a level of 2. In other words, I want to turn it on if it is above a certain point, if that makes sense. So basically the same system I have over here, where a signal is only coming out if it is higher than that, which will then, of course, in this case, turn it off. It's basically the same thing, just kind of switched around. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a hopper, I think. Because a hopper, I can put just a few items in, and it will output pretty quickly. In fact, let me do this, just so I can look at the actual levels that we're outputting here. Right now it's 0. If I put a single item in there, it's going to be a level of 1. If I put an unstackable item, however, which I should have a few lying around that I don't really care about, smite golden axe, yes. If I put an unstackable, that's a power level of 3. So basically, this is going to shut down when it's, what is that, maybe 20, 19%, somewhere in there. I don't really feel like doing the math right now. But that, I think, should work quite well. So as long as it's above that, it'll output a signal, which will turn off the torch, which will mean that this thing is happily turned off. The back here, you can disappear, and we can put a new one in place. New brown mushroom block. And we'll put another brown mushroom block there, why not? And a brick to close that off. What does that look like from outside? Not great. Not great. I'd rather hide that. Let's see. So since I want to hide it, I'm actually going to put a dust block here instead. So we'll put a brick underneath. We'll put a dust. And we're going to put a block right here. And then what we can do is we can move our actual comparator and hopper over here. Hopper, you can go right there. And comparator, you will go right there. We'll put our smite X of measuring right there, and that will cause the signal to go outside there. Now I can just close off this entire thing here, like so. And out back here, we're just gonna cover the whole thing in sand, because why not? Perfect, and you'd never know there's circuitry back here. And from the inside, let's see what that looks like. Much better. Perfect. And now we can turn this on. That's going to start working. And I'm going to change the speed on this to 5 seconds, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And let's see where this stops and see what my math was. Okay, should be about here. And are you still outputting signal? You are. You've done 15. 10. Why are you... Okay. 9. Okay, I guess that works. So that is now powering this block right here, which is powering the dust on top of it, which is turning off our turret. And this is sitting at 9%. Perfect. And now that we've got that automated, we can actually start looking over here at our marketplace. Still kind of working on the pathway over here, but let's head over there and see what we can do. I've been trying to figure out if I want to use the mud brick along here and the mud brick slabs, or if I want to use spruce slabs and path blocks. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but we'll figure that out. I have been working a little bit on the wall here around our market. So the idea is we'd have kind of this retaining wall all around here. We've got some stairs to come down into it, and down here we would have various things like a wagon or market stalls or various things for the various artisans throughout the city to sell their goods. So currently that's just, mud. But, you got to start somewhere. So I'm still kind of working on this, on the design. I like this. I'm going to see if I can kind of tile it all the way over there and on this side as well, but also trying to figure out, I don't really know what to do with that side. There's kind of a hill that kind of comes down, so I could probably use that. Not sure. So let's take a look at what we can do. We've got ourselves our 2 shulker boxes. I bought a bunch of shells from Zachris earlier on. This one is my redstone, and I use these shulkers because they can use the sophisticated storage upgrades, which are a whole lot cheaper than the backpack upgrades. So for instance, this one here, I can stack things to 512, which is pretty awesome. And this thing here, if I look at that recipe, it's just gold ingots and a few blocks of gold, instead of, if I look at the ones from sophisticated backpacks, starter one is blocks of iron, second one is blocks of iron, and this third one, which we're effectively on right now, is blocks of diamonds instead of pieces of gold. So quite a bit cheaper here. Allows me to store more things. So this gold one, I figured gold kind of goes with the yellow sand. I don't know. It's my base building box, so it's going to have all the materials I need. In this case, lots of sand. Getting a lot of sand from this place. But let's see. I'm going to go with some spruce materials here, and maybe some mud. Not really sure. We'll grab some archwood. Why not? And I want to put together some sort of little market stall that will sell mud. Alright, well, I've never tried making any sort of design like this before, where it's sort of a small little vehicle. I kind of like how this is turning out. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Let's put some wheels on this side as well. You can go right there and right there. So the basic idea is we've got, this is a really terrible design, but whatever, I like it. We've got the little wooden parts on the front for either an animal or I guess a human to carry, or maybe a really, really strong starbuncle. We've got little supports here to hold the thing up as it's sitting here. Just a single set of wheels. I think I like it. I think it'll work. And what we can do is we can just throw some, let's use some barrels, I think. I don't use barrels that often. I also don't know how to craft them. Barrel. You are planks and slabs on top. Okay. So you, and we'll put some 2, 3, 4 is probably good. Sure, we'll see. I've also seen people use these as the wheels, which might be an option. Break, thank you. And, I'm just going to put them on the back. Perfect. This is our mud wagon. Perfect. Okay, I changed my mind. I spent a few more minutes here trying to tweak some things. I didn't like how the wheels on the last one worked, and I really like how these look. It's actually just a fence gate there, so you can see that there's a top bar there, but it looks like a wheel. I like it, and it's kind of embedded in the ground. This is sand after all, so, kind of makes sense. One thing that I want to do, though, is figure out a table. So they're not going to just sell straight from the cart here. I would want like a table set up so that they can actually kind of see what they're selling. I've got a design of a table here that I was working on. I did it out of spruce before, and it kind of just blended in. Let's see if I can do this with the spruce and the oak. I think that works. You can tell that it is a wagon here, and then you got a little bit of a table. Let's throw our chest on that for them to sell out of. I decided the barrel back here is just going to be for looks. To use that for carrying all their goods and their kind of setup stuff like their table. And we're just going to put that right here. Let's grab an item frame, stick it right there. And I think I've got some extra mud here. I just need one, thank you. We'll take a couple. Most of this will go into here for selling, and we will put a piece of mud right there. We do have on the server a data pack that can make item frames invisible, so trigger if invisible, there. So you walk up, you can see, oh yeah, these guys have mud for sale, and then open this and you've got mud. Basically it's going to work as kind of an extended storage system. Most of my storage is going to be up there in the library once that's completed, but I don't want to have to walk around to where all of my actual machines are. So over here is where mud's being produced. If I have power, which I don't have a whole lot of power right now, we'll have to deal with that. But I want to have some starbunkles that will be happily carrying these things to market to actually sell them. And luckily I do have a couple extra starbuncle charms, so let's go ahead and plop you right there. Hello there. Let's keep you orange for now. I'm going to give you a mimic scroll because I'm not going to label the chest over there. So I'm hoping what I can do is just get away with labeling this, and you're gonna be a runner for multiple shops. So you are going to take from this, thank you, and you are going to be depositing over here. Let's see if this works. Shift click, there we go. Starbuncle will store items here. So right now we have 6 stacks here. I think there's a stack and a half over there, so he should start running this way. In fact, I can see him on the map. Perfect. Seems to be working. Looks like he got stuck. You coming, little guy? Oh, you are stuck where I... Right, because that's more than a 1 block height. Do I have any mud bricks on me? I don't. Let me go grab one. You are over right here. Mud brick slabs. Let's fix that stair there. Oh, you got past that one. Okay. Maybe I'll do like that, and I'll replace underneath there with dirt. I think that'll work. And you're just gonna hop up the side. I have a road here for a reason. Is it the most effective system? Not at all. But it adds some life to the city here. Are you gonna jump or are you gonna take the stairs? You're taking the stairs. Okay. I built this over here for you, specifically for you. Whatever, it works. Okay, well, we are going to have to figure out some proper lighting for this area. This whole area is going to be completely unrecognizable when I'm finally finished with this, but I like how it's turning out so far. We've got one little shop here, sells mud, so that is a good start. I plan on having a lot of these little market stalls all around here, filling this whole area, maybe have a couple pathways that you can walk around, so you've got items on this side to shop, items over here. This is one sample light post. I'm not entirely happy with it yet. Mostly because if I have it in front of these buildings here, it kind of just blends in, so it's hard to see, which I guess would be ideal in a lighting source, but this is Minecraft. I want it to look out. I want it to stand out. I also want to have a bunch of shades here. This is a desert after all, so, you know, it gets hot. I think what I'm going to do is have maybe like a quarter of it or half of it covered by like one big shade in the middle here, excuse me. Like a big tall tower with a bunch of wool shade coming down. But I also want a bunch of very colorful ones around some of the more expensive items, I guess. I mean, like, obviously I'm not paying, this is, you know, just going to pick things up. But I think for some of the more fancier things than, you know, mud, we'll have, you know, a bunch of brightly colored wool sails and shades over everything. I think it'll look really cool if we have just a whole bunch of colors and lots of things going on in the market. But I think that's what we're going to call it for today. So thank you for watching. Sorry it's a little dark here. We'll go into the light. Perfect. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.